Good evening, Otherworldlies. This is Queen Juliana, your Dark Mask Diva. In tonight's content, I'd like to talk about shame. Shame has been going on since the dawn of time. Ever since Adam and Eve took a bite of that forbidden fruit, they have been feeling shame. Okay? And so has everybody else on the planet, alright? Shame gets in the way of everything we do, and it's been holding us all back. Shame is a curse that affects everybody. Shame is something that gets in the way of everybody. Now, I'm a big advocate on this channel of self-esteem, crippling people, damaging relationships, holding people back from our potential, okay? And I warn people about getting into relationships with people with low self-esteem, because I feel like people who have self-esteem that's low enough, they will ruin the relationship, all right? And they will sabotage the relationship. They will drag you down. And I'm going to tell you something about shame. Shame is something that will undermine your self-esteem if you have too much of it. So if you're trying to get to the root of your low self-esteem, a lot of it is shame-based, all right? There are a lot of shame-based emotions. So if you want to get to the root of your shame, if you believe in God, or the God of your understanding, the God of your choice, you might go to your clergy. You might get into your faith. You might just go to the God of your understanding and try to get some healing from your shame, because shame is the root of low self-esteem. Okay, here's the thing about shame. It's really all in your mind. On some level, shame is a spiritual thing, all right? Because let's say you believe in the Bible, all right? Shame is one of the first things that's mentioned in the Bible, all right? It is a consequence of sin, or it is sin, all right? So that's why they say sin is bad, because sin makes you what? It makes you ashamed, all right? So that's why it's bad, because it's causing you low self-esteem, basically, right? So what we don't want on this channel is for people to have low self-esteem, because it undermines everything that you do in life. It undermines your feelings of self-worth, your interpersonal relationships, and that sort of thing. And what it does really is it just tricks you into thinking that you're not the winner that you really are. All right. So here's the thing. This is kind of how I feel about shame. All right. You view yourself in such a way where you're self-depreciating, all right, where you're thinking of yourself in such a negative light, where other people aren't thinking of you that poorly, all right? They're not judging you in that poor of a light, all right, that you're looking at yourself. You're criticizing yourself in such a bad way, where other people are not looking at you in such a negative light that you're looking at yourself, all right? But here's the thing. When you are looking at yourself in such a negative light, when you have taken on so much shame, you're vibrating so low that you're actually inviting the negativity, all right? And your outlook in life is where you can't help but see negativity sometimes when there isn't any, and you're actually inviting negativity in. When you have higher self-esteem, you can't help but bring positivity towards you. All right, so your high self-esteem invites positivity, and your low self-esteem invites negativity. All right, so it's shame and good self-esteem. Those kind of things are like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So the more shame you feel, the more negativity you're bringing upon yourself. So when you're able to start shedding the shame, however you're able to do it, and it is something, I urge you to look into your own spirituality when it comes to shame. All right, because when you're able to shed the shame, you're going to start spiritually and vibrationally attracting more positivity towards yourself. All right, you're going to you're going to just get positive results from life. You're going to get people responding positively towards you. You're going to start getting more of the results that you want out of life. You're going to start seeing the positive in things instead of seeing the negative in things. You are going to stop getting your feelings hurt so much, and things are going to stop bothering you so much. You are not going to take things as personally as before. Things that are setbacks are not going to bother you as much. Things that are setbacks you are not going to take it personally like they are a personal affront. They are just going to seem like challenges, instead of like, you are not going to personalize the setbacks anymore. They are just going to be like, okay, that is simply a challenge. That is simply a hurdle. That is not my personal failure as a human being. You are going to stop seeing it as such. You are just going to see it as, this is simply a problem I need to solve, all right? That I am smart enough to solve, that I have faith in myself that I can solve the problem. I have faith in a higher power that power will help me overcome this situation, all right? Or that if you don't believe in something like that, that you simply have the logic and the resources, and the situation will work itself out. You simply will not feel defeated by these life's conundrums any longer. You'll stop feeling defeated by these situations. All right, when you're able to let go of the shame. All right, because it is the root of the problem. Okay, so and it is the consequence of sin, because you feel shame makes you feel inherently flawed, like there's just something inherently wrong with you. All right, so if you're able to let that feeling go, that's really the hat trick. If you can just let that go, all right? That's really the big secret. You want to let that shame go. We've all been teased about something, or somebody made you feel bad at one point. Maybe someone was joking around with you, or made you feel different, or they could have just been joking around or something, and it made you feel bad because somebody pointed out something that was different. All right. Once we let go of shame, people doing things like that are not going to bother you anymore. I mean, everybody was bullied at least once over something, okay? Some people were bullied incessantly, all right? That kind of shame is harder to let go. But once you learn to let it go, and for some people it's going to be harder than for others, all right? Because some people were really hardcore picked on. So
For some people, it's harder than others. The work is going to be harder, all right? But as soon as we can let go of the shame and let go of that concept that there is something wrong with us, okay? Everything we need is inside of us. All right, we are whole and good and what we are supposed to be already. All right, there's nothing wrong with us, but we were just simply made to feel like there was something wrong with us when there wasn't. Okay, so as soon as we realize that, you realize it's going to be okay, and that you can solve your problems. All right, and that it's going to be fine, but it's just letting go of the shame. So once once you realize that, you're going to be fine. So I hope this resonated with somebody, and if you have any um, tips on how to let go of shame, please put them in the comments. And I hope that everybody has a wonderful day, a wonderful evening, and I will see you in the next content. Bye bye.